everyone. Thank you so much for joining me as we do here on these Monday mornings. So here's the deal. I just got back from a little bit of a disconnect time, if you will, a little downtime. Did a road trip, okay? And I got some lessons from the road trip, some things that I encountered, and I think that could all serve us well. First of all, road trips are awesome. So if you have a car you love, or even if you don't, go rent one and just go drive. Right now, it's extremely freeing. You know, it's been a long time since I've driven even 45 minutes from my house. So to go 12 hours in one direction was pretty crazy. So go out and do it. It's a ton of fun. While out there, a couple of things I noticed. One, billboards are as immersive as ever. Going through, obviously, cities like Chicago, sure, they're huge. But even out in the rural parts of the drive, anyone who was trying to sell something was using their space between where they thought you'd give a care and where the exit actually was to sell you something. And I found it interesting because the amount of money being spent by some of these guys, and to be topical, right, to be on time about it, what I mean by that is, for instance, it's I live in firework country, right? So fireworks are a big deal. Everyone buys them. And Indiana, where I drove through, is a hotbed, if you will. They sell a ton of them. And they had some huge signs from a company, and this company's got the same logo, the Phantom, the same guy. But this year he's got a mask on. And it was interesting to think how, I know it's June, this has been going on for a while, but that billboards is the only one that I saw that had thought that far ahead. So the opportunity to be different and advertise your message, I'm not going to buy fireworks, but I just gave out the name and information, so if other people do, potentially it sticks with them, right? So it's all part of a longer play on a strategy, which, funny enough, we're going to get into next week. But for now, billboards, immersive, fun. My wife was taking me as my birthday, we were disconnecting into camping, but I don't camp. So my wife she was cool enough to find me a glamping situation, shower, running water-ish, no air. It's hot, spicy in South June, but it doesn't matter. We were hanging out, we were having fun together. That was what mattered. But here I am, right? No Wi-Fi offered by the glamping situation. No 4G. My phone had this weird thing called 3G. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So that's on my phone, right? That doesn't even work. So you have nothing. So I found myself thinking more about my business and people and a lot of obviously what's going on, but just kind of reflecting and taking that time to disconnect. And I got to tell you, as someone who lives in their, it's not far away no matter what. Lives. When I tell you live, I mean run a business from my thumbs in this thing. It's what I do every day. To disconnect was incredible. It was freeing. There were moments where I had forgotten I even had a phone. And it really helped me kind of reset, which obviously we've been talking about the great reset as part of the whole pandemic thing and how that sort of changed some of my behaviors. Interestingly enough, continuing those change of behaviors on the road. So that part was really cool. So if you have a chance to disconnect, and this was only 48 hours of true disconnection. Other than that, I was driving and had access to 4G, and I'm not going to not do nothing for 5 days. So, but the point was where I couldn't, I didn't, so I didn't. But to kind of tie that back together is that in order to pull this road trip off with no refrigerator, none of this stuff, right, you got to be prepared. And my wife is the Michael Jordan of preparedness. She doesn't believe it. She drops her head back there as the producer now, not believing it. But the reality is she's completely prepared. We are self-sufficient for 5 days. And I've talked about this before because it's part of what I've learned on the road is that preparedness is key to almost everything in life. And we were prepared. We came off a bike ride. We were hungry. Boom, food in the car. Came down with a hike. Food in the car. Need this in the back seat. Look, this whole thing obviously has made me a little bit more of a germaphobe. So, I got a rubber glove that I put on, dude. Disposable rubber glove. Sorry, environmentalist people. But a disposable rubber glove that I use at every gas station. But that's all I had because we didn't go to restaurants. We didn't have to go I didn't go to shops to buy shit. And nothing. You were in gas stations at a minimum. If my card didn't work, if the thing was broken, the worst time for your card readers to break, by the way, at gas stations, making it go inside. But my point was preparedness. I had those gloves, knew where they were. Had a mask, knew where it was. Hand sanitizer, had it, know it. So all these things kind of came together, and it made for this really, really cool trip. It was only 5 days, but turned around probably 1,600 miles in 5 days. A lot of driving, book on tape. It's always interesting for anyone who experiences that. It's fun for me. I like to do that while I'm in the car. I can't do it sitting at my house. I'm trying right now to finish the book on tape, and I become disinterested. It's a lot easier when I'm looking at the road. Doesn't matter. Anyways, not what I'm here for. So my point is, get outside your comfort zone. That's what I tried to do. That's what I think road trips do in general. So go do it. Find a favorite route. Go find some friends. Be safe when you do it, and go out and have fun. All right? Try to enjoy life. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week when we talk all about strategy.